Fourth step. Plus 1.
But I have 19E.
You remember the fourth step plus 1? Graphing the quadratic. What's the first step to graphing the quadratic?
Oh, f of x and f2 of x.
So 2ax plus b equals 0, right? Or just find the derivative, right? So find me the derivative, Dante.
Find him the derivative, Dante.
Dan, you guys think the dream?
Which one?
I don't know.
Oh, the next one. Number 8.
Oh, I know what to do.
Okay, how do I do the derivative, Rosie?
You multiply 2 times the coefficient of x squared.
2 times the coefficient of the x, which is 2 times 1, which is
2.
and then you bring down the number 6 and you set it equal to 0, right?
Yeah.
Now you can also look at it as 2ax. This is a, b, c. A is 1, 2 times 1 is 2. X plus b, b is negative 6 or plus negative 6. And set it equal to 0. Either way works. Okay? And then solve it. So how do I solve this, Dante? Because this is what I've noticed about where we're going wrong with a lot of our students trying to do the ACT.
This graphing one?
No?
Oh, what?
This basic algebra. What do I do here?
See? Add 6.
Simple. Right? Okay, so now I got 2x equals 6. Then what?
Divided by 2.
Yep.
When you said that, it looked like you put up 3 fingers for a second.
Okay, so x equals 3.
Sure don't.
Right?
No, I'm saying
And that's the axis of sim. What do we do with the axis of sim? What's the second step?
you plug that in for the x.
There you go. So number 2 is just plug it in. Or f of axis is equal to the vertex. Okay? So I'm going to take f of 3 and plug that in to x squared
So it'd be
minus 6x plus 8, whereas x is how much?
3.
3.
Damn it, I didn't write it.
So what is 3 squared?
9.
You
Okay.
almost said 6, you dumb.
And then 3 times 6?
Negative 18. Yeah, I almost said 9 too. Never mind.
Okay. Now, these should be half of each other, right? One of them should be twice as much as the other one. And then we should come up with half of it. So, 9 minus 18 is minus 9 plus 8. What is minus 9 plus 8?
Why did you draw an 8 like that?
We love you, man.
Alright, so f of 3 is equal to negative 1. So we're going to write that as a point.
A quant?
So it's 3 and negative 1. There's our vertex, right? Okay? And now comes the easy part.
Yeah, every time you say that, there's a trouble.
What's the easiest part to do?
This one.
Isn't this you? No, this is...
What's the easiest number?
0?
0.
Yes.
0.
See, you said no. I was like, what?
F of 0 equals C, right?
This step is like 0 everything.
Because basically it's ax squared plus bx plus c. And when you plug a 0 in for x, these go away, and all you're left with is c. Okay? So, f of 0 should give me 8. So I have 0 and 8. And that's the next point. Right? And I can graph those. Right? So I graph 0 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I graph 3, negative 1. And there's my graph. Right? Now, I've got to graph the other half.
It's times the axis.
So it's 2 times the axis. So step 4 is f of 2 times the axis. And what should that equal?
No, the point is
C. The point symmetrical, right? So it better come up as C. So what is f of 2 times, what's the axis?
3.
3.
So it'd be 6.
So f of 6 is equal to, we got 6 squared
36.
minus 6 times 6 plus 8. So that's 36 minus 36 plus 8. So we got 8. So f of 6 is equal to 8. So we got 6 and 8. So at 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. And that's our graph.
Wait,
Yeah.
But,
why did you get negative 1? Where? I got negative 17.
What?
Where? For 3 and...
No, for f of 3, 9 minus 8 plus 8. So these 9, and he said, and then you go 9 minus 18, which is negative 9, and then plus 8. And then what is that?
I did 18 plus 8. And then...
Yeah, see? You do get stuff wrong, Rosie.
alright, so now we need to find the x intercepts, right? Yeah, so they're asking you to use the quadratic formula so that we can find these points. Now it looks like these points are going to be 2 and 4. That's what it looks like, right? Now I don't know if it is. If it is, that means this is factorable. Is this factorable? Can we factor this? So in other words, do you know of 2 numbers that multiply to be 8, but they add to be 6?
4 and 2.
4 and 2.
Damn it.
So that means x squared minus 6x plus 8 equals 0. And then what we do is we factor it. We don't need to use the quadratic formula in this case. We could actually factor it. Use our factoring abilities and do this. X minus, right? And then 2 numbers that multiply to be 8, that add to be 6. 4 and 2. And then we solve it. So x is equal to 4 and 2. And look, that's exactly what our graph says. Okay? And so that is what's going on. We have 5 points. We have 4, 0, and 2 and 0, right? Where y's are the same, but the x's are different. Okay? We have 6, 8, we have 0, 8, and we have 3 and negative 1. And it makes this beautiful quadratic. Right?
Yeah, it helps you with it.